training brought to you by me, Sierra Say, and the College Dropout Podcast. More than likely, if you're watching this training, it's because I told you to after you bought the ebook. So you want a podcast. Once again, I just want to thank everybody who purchased the ebook. And if you didn't purchase the ebook, that's fine as well. Thank you for taking time out to watch this tutorial. Over these next couple of videos, I'm going to show you guys how I navigate through Audacity, how I record, how I add intro music, how I add outro music, where I got my intro and outro music from, as well as how to export your file, transfer it to an MP3, how to level out everything. There are some things basically within these next few videos that were not in the book but are still essential. The book was just to give you the foundation to actually starting and putting your podcast together. So once again, I appreciate it. If you haven't had a chance to check out the book, please do so. Visit my website, thecollegedropoutpodcast.com/product/ebook. It's very minimal price and it's very helpful. So let's go ahead and get started. So this first video, I'm just going to walk you guys through getting Audacity on your computer, as well as just simply recording. Like, we're going to start at ground level 0, the basement. We just want to record right now. So what you first need to do is download Audacity, obviously. Audacity is an amazing free software that you can download to either a Mac or a PC. Simply go to Google, download Audacity, download, you see it there. And they have a website where you can download for Windows, download for Mac, downloads directly to your computer, once again, free of charge. I wrote this ebook with you and with who I am in mind, someone who wants to do things effectively yet affordably. And a lot of the software out there that you hear about, it's not necessarily free, or it doesn't come on your computer. There are people who use GarageBand. GarageBand does automatically come on Macs, but in my experience, it's not as easy to use. I got caught up in GarageBand on my very first episode, and it literally took me about maybe 3 hours to edit, and in Audacity it took me like 25 minutes. So you want to download Audacity, you want to get it opened up. My apologies, my computer has the little spinning thing there, but there we are. So now Audacity is open. What you want to do, very first thing you want to do is check your microphone settings. Now, like I stated in the book, I'm using an ATR 2100, and it's a USB microphone. The good thing about using a USB microphone, even if you don't use an ATR, but I like the USB mics because the computer automatically picks up the feed, which means you don't have to go searching, and adding things on and installing and all of that stuff. The computer automatically picks up that it's a USB device. So you want to make sure that your microphone setting is your microphone, whether you're using an ATR or a Blue Yeti or whatever, built-in microphone if you're just going to talk to your computer, or a built-in input, which is a microphone you actually have to plug into the computer outside of the USB port. This right here is how you're going to listen back. I always set mine on ATR as well, because I have my headphones plugged into my microphone, which is also the great thing about the ATR 2100. So that's that. Those settings are set. Now, everything else you basically just want to leave alone. Like, the great thing with Audacity is that it's simple if you allow it to be. If you want to get complex and become an audio engineer, good luck to you, because that's not what I wanted to do, and that's definitely not who I am. Not trying to brag or anything, but I get a lot of compliments on the audio quality of my show. And to be honest, I don't really do too much. I do what I know, and I do what works. And using Audacity and one other free tool that I'm going to show you in a different video is how I get the sound quality that I have for my show. So like I said, with this video, we simply just want to record. We want to get audio, from our mouth, from our brain onto the computer with Audacity. So the simplest way to record, and I keep like laughing because people think this stuff is like super, super hard, and it's really not. All you have to do to record on Audacity, it opens up on its own. You don't have to go to file or any of that. All you have to do is click this button right here, this red button for record. Boom. And now it's recording. You see the audio picking up. You see the time, as in how long you've been recording. You say what you got to say. If I could just give one quick recording tip. when I first started, I found myself like whenever I messed up, I would just automatically like stop and start over. One thing I've learned after about, I think I'm up almost at 60 episodes now, is that if you're messing up, especially if you're doing a solo show, if you mess up, like if you had a groove and all of a sudden you messed up, just take a pause like so, and then start talking again. Pick up where you left off. What that does is, for one, especially if everything you said before that hiccup was on point, that just gets you back in the groove. You don't want to go back and have to record the whole thing over. Although it's good too, because you get your reps in, you get more practice. But I've learned that sometimes just stop, gather your thoughts and then pick up where you left off. And then that portion where you messed up at, you could just go back and cut that out. And we'll do that in another editing video. But like I said, right now we just wanted to record. So I've recorded for about 1:10. I'm going to stop it. So now it's stopped. And there are a couple things you can do that I'm going to show you very, very quickly. Once again, they're not required, but it's just a few little tips and tricks. So as you can see, this recording is about 1:10. If you want to zoom in, you could just hit that arrow. If you want to zoom out, you could just hit that arrow. But yeah, so that is the first video. This is just recording. Once again, all you have to do is hit the red recording button. I'm going to show you one more time, because I also want to show you how the tracks come up on their own. You don't have to do anything. Just hit the record button. And also really quick, while I'm here, you see this audio track? Only thing you want to do here is, let me see here. Actually, nothing. I'm sorry. Don't do anything. Just hit the record button. So you've downloaded Audacity. You have it on your computer. I'm going to hit the record button one more time just to show you, but I'm going to mute that first track first. So I'm going to hit mute so I don't hear that as I'm recording. And then boom, we're recording. Just talk. Say what you have to say. Do your intro, do your outro. If you have a solo podcast, say what you have to say for your episode, and just let it roll, let it flow. I also recommend, while you're recording your very first episode, just get comfortable talking to the microphone. Like just talk. Just watch the wavelengths, watch your voice enter onto the software, and just talk for a moment before you record your very first episode, because you may not think so, but you're going to be nervous once you realize that you're being recorded, that it's picking up exactly what you're saying. You're going to be nervous. You may feel your voice shaking. You may feel your voice cracking. I remember all of that during my first couple of episodes. So just talk for a minute, get in the groove, and then when you're ready, hit that record button and go for what you know. Like, this is your podcast. This is your show. You can do whatever you want to do. Just make sure that you're putting forth, a good effort, and that it's authentically you. So that's the first video on this installment of Audacity Recordings with me, Sierra Say, the host of the College Dropout Podcast. Thank you once again. I'll see you guys on the next video.